Welcome to our podcast, Learn Biblical Greek, brought to you by Dr. William Stewart, the co-founder of Teleios. This captivating podcast teaches you biblical Greek through a verse-by-verse study of the book of Ephesians, interjecting Greek grammar, Greek word meanings, and vital theology concepts. Thanks for joining us on this exciting biblical journey. Your study will be more effective if you use the Greek text with the Bible word codes, either on the eSword download or Bible Hub website. These links are on our podcast website at www.teleiosresearch.com.
Hi, I'm William Stewart, co-founder of Teleios. Welcome back to our podcast on learning biblical Greek. Get out that Greek text. Make sure you have the Robinson's notes, codes for parsing and declensions. And let's go to the text. We start verse 17 in Ephesians 4. Having just finished the first half of the chapter where we've started on Paul's admonishments, commands regarding the Christian walk. And so far, he's given us a foundation of how we live the Christian life based in salvation, our unity, and the canon of Scripture, which allows us to become mature. So 17 then is based on what has come before. And let's go to the text and describe this. So first we have tutos. So this is the this pointing is a demonstrative pronoun, this here, otherwise nearby. And it's in the accusative singular nominative. It'd be the same for neuters. Accusative singular neuter would be the same form for the nominative. So you have to look at the context about how it's used. So in this case, Lego says, I say this. Un comes in, we'll come to Lego in a second. Un is the second word, therefore. Therefore is a very important word. It's telling you that what's happening at verse 17 and maybe beyond is based on what came before. So the fact that we have this great salvation and unity in the canon of Scripture, therefore do this. Okay, now it comes second because it's postpositive. So this is unusual in Greek. There are a number of postpositives. The three most common are un, as we see here, gar, which means for, and also the word, which of course I'm forgetting right now, de, de, and adding information sometimes means but. Okay, we come to a verb. Boy, this is simple. Both verbs in this section. Lego, it's right to dictionary form. It's the first person present tense. And it's active, indicative. So you can't get much simpler than that. I say, therefore I say this. And kai, that ever-present conjunction, most common word in the New Testament, joining two ideas within the same topic. Maturomai. So this is witness, and it's a my verb. Okay, so remember, my verbs are deponents. Modern languages don't have deponents. Latin had them. I'm not sure what else. But basically, the dictionary form is in the passive, and this passive form is translated in the active. So, I testify. Why does it have this form? I have no idea. So it's just, they're reasonably common, and we just have to live with it. So again, it's the first person passive form, indicative in the present tense. But again, being deponent, you translate it, I testify. In that most popular of prepositions, meaning at, on, by, next to, by means of, always takes the dative because it's stationary in place. Curio, so we see, of course, this must be the dative, kurios, the Lord. The omega tells you it's a dative, singular, masculine. Also, it has the same form in the deuter. But of course, this is a masculine noun. It's eminent, would be the reason. Bikete, no longer. So this breaks down into me, which is no, and eti, which is still. So it's not still. So no longer, pretty common conjunction. It's indeclinable. Umas. As you know by now, this is the second person plural, accusative, peripatin. This is peripatao, to walk, especially in the moral realm. It refers to our Christian life, to walk around. And again, in parsing this, there's the peri is the preposition in the front. There's no augment. The root is pot, and pate, I guess, really. And then you will add the en for the infinitive ending. That first e from the root of the verb, the en for the infinitive ending, that contracts to ei. So to walk in the present infinitive. So EIN turns out to be basically the root for the infinitive in the present and future tenses in the active form, and the second aorist active, basically. So there are other forms of the infinitive. Nigh is the perfect active. SAI is the aorist active. S theta AI is the middle passive infinitive form, except the second aorist, which also takes in the passive form nigh. Okay, so we'll stop there for today. And so far, therefore I say this, and I testify in the Lord, no longer are you to walk. And we'll continue this great verse next time. Glad you're here today, and please join me for the following video.